Hey everybody, this is Devendra Hardawar here from VentureBeat. We're looking at the latest camera from Lytro, the Lytro Illum, and I'm here with the founder. How's it going?
Hi, I'm Ren Ng, the founder of Lytro. We're here with the Lytro Illum, our next second generation camera. It's a light field camera. It has a completely different kind of sensor that captures fundamentally richer data than you get with conventional 2D cameras. And there's a bunch of software to bring out new capabilities that are impossible without light field technology.
It looks a lot different than the first one.
It very much is. This is targeted at a group of creative pioneers, as we call them. These were folks that were very excited about the first product and that wanted to find a level of quality that ratcheted up to what they were trying to deliver in terms of the artistic potential. So what we've done here is we have a huge step up on the sensor capability. This is a 40 megaray light field camera. The first one, for contrast, was 11 million rays. We have a totally custom design lens. It's 30 to 250 millimeter equivalent. It's f2 across the whole range, so it has a tremendous amount of creative range. And there's enough horsepower in here to power the camera for light field processing in real time. I'll show you a bit of that as well.
It's a Snapdragon 800 processor, so
That's
we're
right.
seeing that in a lot of phones and tablets now.
Yeah, this is essentially top of the line amount of mobile processing, but now in powering a light field device.
Wow.
So let me show you a picture that we just took here, and then I'll show you how we shot it. So this is a shot. We're in reviewing the camera first. A review mode on the camera. So this is a picture that we took with some of the things that you have here at the VentureBeat office. And you can see that it's focused originally onto the background of this tin can. You can refocus onto the picture frame here, or all the way into this box in the foreground, including some of this text. This kind of picture, let me show you kind of how we take it. So this picture is one that, with the first camera, many people were excited to try to explore visual storytelling in this kind of a way. And it's three-dimensional composition, which is very different than 2D composition. And folks that were familiar with depth of field were able to pick this up and understand how to do it from the camera. And one of the things that we wanted to help them to do was to optimize this three-dimensional composition, to optimize this three-dimensional space in which you have refocusing, perspective shift, the sense of immersion. And also to help people that were getting into light field photography for the first time understand this and get comfortable with it more quickly. So one of the things that we have in the camera that is totally unique is to use all of this computational horsepower and this amazing new sensor, and we call this a depth assist. So if I turn this on,
Let me get in closer here.
what you see here is it's a color coding of the screen in real time, so that you can sense the color. So let me see, if I change the focus here, this is essentially showing that all of the color parts that are in green here are within this compositional range, this three-dimensional range. But the box in the foreground that we see here, this cigar box, is out of that range. And so as we change the focus here, you can see how we can shift this range so that the orange part is the furthest part of this range and the green part is the closest part of this range. And I can change my distance from the subject. I can change the focus. I can change the zoom as well if I wish.
And you have
to be able
two
to craft
rings.
this range. Yeah, there's a zoom ring, which is the larger one, and then there's a focus ring. And so anyway, so we can change this range until we find one where this compositional range is centered across the whole amount. And by taking this picture, this is what we shot before to get the picture interactive that we had. So this is one of the things that leverages this huge amount of processing power and the new sensor and the new lens.
Nice.
It's still very simple design, minimal number of buttons, and a lot of things being driven through the touchscreen, which we think makes a lot of sense given the modernization of design that we see through touchscreens. And there's an articulating screen as well, so that if you want to be able to shoot, at macro.
What are the specs of the lens?
The lens is 30 to 250 millimeter equivalent, and it's f2 across the entire range, even out to the telephoto side. So it's really a remarkable piece of optical design. Let me show you some pictures that come off the Lytro Illum.
So the idea is people would take the photos and then be able to look at them through your app and
exactly.
things like that.
It's still a cloud model, so it's essentially a Web 2.0 company for a fundamentally new kind of data. It's light field data and the software in order to view it. And this is an app that connects to the cloud solution where people can share, or upload these pictures for sharing and distribution. So you see all of these. We call it a living grid. These pictures are all three-dimensional in and of themselves.
As you're moving the gyroscope, the pictures themselves kind of move around.
And if we explore some of these pictures, these are pictures taken by some of the creative pioneers that we've been working with, photographers that really want to be able to tell new stories with their photography. This is a picture by Anna Weber, and you can kind of get a sense that you can explore different parts of this taxi cab scene. And I'm not sure how much this is coming through in the video, but I think you and I can see it in person. There's a sense of each of these is living pictures.
Can you like tilt a little?
Yeah, you can kind of get a sense. Each of these is three-dimensional in and of themselves. You can change the focus in this if you want. You can change the depth of field. So here, as I'm twisting, we can make it a large depth of field, so everything is in focus at the same time. Kind of like changing an aperture physically on a camera, except, of course, this is one shot where we're doing it all after the fact, or twisted the other way to get a shallower depth of field as well. So full control of the lens settings. And then even just as you swipe through the picture, I think you can see that as we get through the picture, there's just a sense of what we call perspective shift. In general, this is kind of like digital holography. It's subtle, and yet it gets each of the pictures into a sense that is more immersive, more three-dimensional than everything you've ever seen before.
Who do you think this particular camera is aimed at?
This is targeted at what we call creative pioneers. We think these are people that really responded to the first product in a way that was, wow, this is amazing technology, and what we want to use it for is to advance the artistic possibilities that they were trying to do creatively before that. And so, we were talking about this story before when film photography went from black and white to color. For some people, they said, well, photography has been black and white for 60 years. There's a timelessness to this, or something that feels right about this. And we're not really sure what this color photography is about. And then there were, conversely, I think many people that were really excited about the new creative possibilities in that space to be able to tell the stories that were missing, either from an emotional perspective, certainly from a chromatic perspective, to make those kind of pictures, like for example, a field of flowers that has color, is not told in the same way through black and white photography as it could be with color photography. And so I think that the opportunity to do that, to take new technology and tell those creative stories through new artistic avenues, that's what defines what a creative pioneer is.
Gotcha.
So those are people that will be, I think folks will be really excited about the Lytro Illum.
And what's the pricing and availability?
It's $15.99, and it's going to be available starting April 22nd. People can come to lytro.com and pre-order it there, and it'll be available shortly thereafter.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.